Good morning, guys. Welcome to Tuesday's FRT Gold live video. Hope you're all doing well and had a decent and bearable Monday. I'm sure many of you can now start looking ahead to the week. Of course, there was no video yesterday. I'm sure many of you know I was actually out of office, and thanks for many of your really nice messages. So yeah, not really going to look in depth at tomorrow. I don't think it was the best day as such, but it's not one I can really comment on because I haven't been able to have a look at the races and just how they panned out or anything like that. So if you did really want me to analyse yesterday's races, then do just send a message and I can do that for you if you like. But yeah, no video yesterday, so we're going to fully focus on today. Just a reminder, this is a live Q&A session. If you did want to join in, you can ask any questions that you might have, whether they're a betting related query or something to do with just horse racing in general. That's absolutely fine. Or if you want to raise a point or a topic for discussion, then please do feel free, either by joining in this live Q&A session if you're watching live, or you can always email joe@freeracingtips.co.uk. You can get in touch via Twitter. We're at freeracingtips7, and then it's facebook.com/groups/FRT Gold if you wanted to get in touch via Facebook as well. So plenty of ways for you to get in touch. Please do feel free to do so. So as I said, this video is probably going to be a bit of a short one, to be honest. We're just going to take a look at today and what's taking place. Of course, throughout the week it's going to be getting a lot busier as Doncaster's St Leger meeting takes place this week, so do throughout the week keep an eye on freeracingtips.co.uk and then head to the big races category, because all of the big races, all of the group races and some big handicaps as well will be covered there, anti-post, usually the day before the race gets underway. Might even do a couple for Thursday. Might actually do a couple of those today, so do keep posted on there, and also on the FRT Gold Facebook page. For Doncaster, we'll also have plenty of updates there, and I would have thought each morning of the meeting as well, if we haven't covered any of the big races in our official tips, I will then give you any extra fancies that I do like the look of for those races. I think that's always good. It's something that's gone well for us at the big meetings such as Ascot, Goodwood, York and things like that, so hopefully a really good week from Doncaster. Looks as though the weather's going to hold out, and we'll be looking at some quick ground, and what that might mean for a horse like Kingston Hill in the Derby we'll have to see, but you never know. You can Britain in September, that weather forecast can change pretty quickly, and we could have some heavy showers by Friday and Saturday. Who knows? So yeah, really big week taking place today. Looking forward to today. It's not the most inspiring in terms of quality, but some decent enough meetings, and it's actually the jumps cards that are taking centre stage here. You've got 3 jumps meetings and then 2 on the flat. So over jumps we go at Worcester, and then at Galway and Perth this day take place this evening, and this afternoon it's from Leicester and Redcar there, the flat meeting. So hopefully a good day for us. Hopefully we can get back to that bookie bashing that we love to do. And we'd like to start with the premium tip, which goes in the 4:45 at Galway. We're heading over to Ireland for this, and it's Most Peculiar at 6-4, and that's from 7-4. I think 6-4 is only available with Bet Victor. Actually, I think the best price you'll get anywhere else is 11-8. Some even going as short as 5-4 on this one. So certainly a bit of market confidence, which is always a positive, I think. This horse was a winner of a hurdle race here at Galway actually last time out, and beat today's main market rival by 3/4 of a length on that day, and I think should be able to go really well here. Steps up from 2 miles to 2 miles and 2 furlongs, and I don't think that's going to be any problem for the horse at all. Runs for Willie Mullins and has Paul Townend on board, which is a striker, a pairing that you certainly want to be following in Ireland at the moment. Paul Townend is pretty much, I'd say, second jockey for Willie Mullins when Ruby Walsh can't ride, and he's currently still recovering from injury, I believe. So yeah, they're a bit of a deadly strike force there, Mullins and Townend. I think they've got a good horse here who's likely to come on for that win last time out. Knows this Galway course, which is always vital as well, I think, and just ticks plenty of boxes in this novice hurdle, and I think should go really well. Does have plenty of experience as well, perhaps not over hurdles, but has run over sort of 2 miles and 2 furlongs in bumpers and in flat races, and I think that's always a good sign as well. So I think there's no doubt that this horse will stay as long as it jumps those hurdles well. I think that this one will go really well today. That's the premium tip in a 4:45 of Galway, Most Peculiar, and being backed from 7-4 into 11-8 with most firms, but you might just be able to get 6-4 at the moment. The next best bet for today, that goes in the 5:25 at Leicester, and it's Green Door, currently a 2-1 shot. Now, this horse has actually come down in the handicap a little bit this summer. I think at the start of the year perhaps wasn't all that, it wasn't too wasn't very well handicapped, I should say, and I think today runs off what could be a really appealing mark. Kind of returned to a bit of form with a second in similar kind of company last time out, and I think that might have been a little confidence booster, and I think we can expect a bit more from the horse in this one, and it's actually off a pound lower mark than that day as well. I think, yeah, should be able to put in a good performance here. Conditions are vital, I think, for the horse today, and I think the distance is no problem whatsoever as well. And I just think that this one looks like going well. That's Green Door in the 525 at Leicester at 2-1. 3 points for the premium tip, of course, 2 for the next best bet, and 1 point if you wanted to put them together in a double. Hopefully we can hit that today, and as well as that, we'd like to do well from the Little Earner, which goes in the 330 at Redcar, and it's Native Falls, currently a 9-1 shot. Now, this horse actually won a Cellar at Thirsk last time out, and although this is much tougher opposition, I think that was actually a really good confidence booster for this horse, and I think it's a horse that did need that little confidence booster. Had been beaten a couple of times when short priced, then I think yeah, I think that win will certainly stand this horse in good stead for today's tougher contest. Is also still really well handicapped off the back of that, hasn't been raised in the weight at all. And I just think looks to be a good each way bet. I think has plenty of experience over this distance now. Is another horse that will enjoy conditions. I think Redcar's the kind of track that should suit Native Falls. We'll probably try and bag a rail early on, but whether they can do that or not remains to be seen. But I think at 9-1, you're looking at some really good each way value there, and a good each way bet for this horse who does need to improve once again, but I think should do after that good performance last time out. I think we could see a bit more improvement and perhaps a couple of decent runs from this horse now, as he's fairly well handicapped. So yeah, that's the Little Earner for today, and that's just a 0.5 points each way bet, 1 point in total. Your 2 win-only singles today, they are Sierra's Cookie, and that's in the 320 at Leicester, currently a 7-2 shot. And then in the 230 at Redcar, we have our tip for that one. Just going to get that up quickly because I don't think I've wrote the name down right, and I want to make sure that you're seeing that right. It is, yes, Saltarello, and that's currently an 11-4 shot. That's from 7-2 this morning as well, so really good there that this horse is being well supported, and hopefully that can get the day off to a flyer, as that's our first tip for the day as well. So yeah, looking at today, I think we've got a few decent bets there. Really confident we can hit that premium tip and next best bet double. I think today's the day, and then also that market support for Saltarello is really good. Native Falls, a well handicapped horse, and Sierra's Cookie, I think, brings in some decent form into that Leicester race. So all horses looking good. There's no real market negatives for any of this horse. They're all either keeping their price and remaining solid in the market, or with the premium tip and with Saltarello, they're actually being really well backed as well, which is always a good sign. So they're all of today's tips. As you know, it's the start of the St Ledger meeting this weekend, and it's going to be a superb weekend. There's no doubt about that. This week, sorry, it's going to be an excellent few days from Doncaster. The main race is, of course, the Ladbroke St Ledger on Saturday. It's another classic race, the final classic of the year. 4 3-year-old horses run over 1 mile and 6 furlongs. And if you look at the current entries, you've got Kingston Hill leading the way at 11-4. Eagle Top was a horse we really like the look of. That horse has actually been withdrawn. Eagle Top won't be going for the St Ledger, which is a shame, but I think it's certainly a horse worth following next year. So Kingston Hill at 11-4. The big thing is going to be ground. There's no doubt about that for Kingston Hill. Ground is absolutely key. At the moment, it's good to soft, but with perhaps a drying week, who knows? I think if it's good ground, there'll be no problem with Kingston Hill running, but if there's any sort of firm in the ground, I just can't see any way that that Kingston Hill would run, and that would mean that his sort of 3-year-old season would have been a bit hampered by ground, to be honest, as that would, I think, be the 3rd time this year they've been withdrawn from a big race due to the ground. So we'll have to just keep our eyes peeled on that one, and I couldn't be backing Kingston Hill at 11-4 with doubts over just how the ground's going to be, to be honest, especially as it's not non-runner no bet. Oh, actually, sorry, Bet365 and Ladbrokes are both, I've just noticed, they are both non-runner no bet at the moment. So if you do think that Kingston Hill's a big price there, then you can back with Bet365 and Ladbrokes. You only get 5-2 with them, but you might think if Kingston Hill actually runs in this one and has his conditions, he could go off a lot shorter than that, and perhaps that 5-2 non-run and no bet with Bet365 and Ladbrokes could be the way to go. You then have Snow Sky at 11-2 with most firms. Romsdal, who's John Gosden's big hope now, is at 6-1. Richard Hannon's win share can be backed at 8-1. Mark Johnson, he has Hartnell, who's 12-1, but 16's with Coral, but 12-1 really across the board. So that could be a decent little price from Coral there, but they're not non-run and no bet. But I'd be very surprised if Hartnell didn't actually turn out in this one. And then you have the likes of King's Fate, Forever Now, Alex My Boy, and Scotland all around 16-1, and you couldn't be ruling any of those out, as well as the likes of the Aidan O'Brien pairing of Kingfisher and Grand Duke of Tuscany. So it looks to be a wide open race, and as I said, the market does certainly revolve around Kingston Hill and just how and whether he will actually turn up in this one. But yeah, that looks to be a really good race. We'll talk about that a lot more as the week goes on and keep you up to date with all the ground and everything. As well as that, there'll be previews for all the big Group 2 and Group 3 races taking place throughout the week. I'm actually heading to Doncaster on Friday, first time there, and really looking forward to that. But as for today, thank you for watching the video, and I'll speak to you all a little bit later on. Let's hope we can have a really good day today, and then a really good week as well. So thanks for watching. Speak to you all a little bit later on, and bye-bye.